week's edition of the program, we'll be talking about someone who has contributed a lot to the development of Nigerian football. Someone who set the stage, who was there before others in terms of Nigerians and other Africans playing in Europe. I'm talking about Stephen Keshi, Commander of the Order of the Niger. Stephen Keshi, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you.
After a long introduction.
Thank you.
We are happy to have you in our studio in NTA Sports 24. We want to begin, Stephen, in your early life as a footballer.
Oh, it's going to take a whole day. It's going to take a whole day to talk about that. Early life, I grew up in the midst of older brothers that, you know, they were also football players, and this is where I started, and I just love the game, and that is it. It's like it's a calling for me, you know, to be a football player or so. So ever since I was little, with my older brothers, I've been playing with them, my younger ones. So, you know, kept moving, playing street football. Street football was, I think, was the main thing that, you know, gave us a lot of...
How were you playing street football? Where?
You know, just on the street.
Where?
In Lagos, you know, grew up in Lagos. In fact, I was born in Azare in Bauchi, and I grew up in Lagos, and in those days, we play on the field. I mean, on the street. Just put two stones there that will form the goalposts, and we just share ourselves 4v4, 5v5, and we keep playing unconditional game, and it develops skills, it develops, you know, some part of the game going on for you.
And then no shoes then?
No shoe. You get yourself injured, your leg is bleeding, you just pack a bunch of sand, just rub it, you know, it's crazy. Just rub it there, and the blood will just seize a little bit there. You keep playing. But then we're just playing for love of the game, passion.
Okay. Gomez, the Yoruba man that was an inspiration to you and contributed to your development as a footballer, now as coach. Can you say Gomez has a football team, a standing team then?
And he has a team, but it's not a club team. It's like youngsters. It's something now they call it maybe academy. We practice like 3-4 times.
Which year was it?
Oh, this is mid 70, late 70. Then came into somewhere around there in the 70s. Okay. And he packed a lot of us, and we start playing, and that's it, unconditional football.
Okay, in those days, we have Abiola Babes,
no, that was
stationary stores came later.
Abiola just came later.
Okay.
We're not even up to that level. Okay. We don't have football shoes. We play barefooted. We wear maybe anklet, just to look like a big boy or something, and just play. Yeah. We were not using shoes, nothing, just...
So which was your first club side in Nigeria?
Sorry?
The club side you played for in Nigeria?
The club side I played for, I started with Nikon in Lagos. Then I played for Johnson White, also in Lagos. But Johnson White wasn't really a club that I was playing for. They would hire us to go and play for them when they have a game. But the team I was playing for was Nikon, Wema Bank, then ACB. ACB was my main team, African Continental Bank. I played several years there. But you know, in those days, you can play for multiple teams. If your main team is not playing, and another team wants you to play, they'll go and get it, and they give you this token of money, and that's it. Okay. So then from there, I moved to New Nigerian Bank, where
NNB of Lagos?
Benin.
Of Benin City.
Yeah, that was, again, another main team that I really played. I got there, and I was made the captain of the team. The first time Nigeria ever won WAFU Cup, we won it twice in a row.
Which year?
I think the first time it was 81, 82, and 83 finals. No, we're going to the finals, and we had a problem because there was a problem between Shooting Stars and ASEC of Abidjan. You know, they were also in the same tournament, but there was a fight, so they canceled it. We were asked not to go play the game.
Okay.
So probably would have won it the third time.
Yeah.
And then, you know, played so many years for the Nigerian Bank before we were suspended, and I left the country for...
Before you go to that, moving to Ivory Coast, life as a player of Wema Bank, ACB, New Nigerian Bank, how was it? Because from your own explanation, monetary concern was not really the main issue.
No, we were not really playing for money. We just love to play. It's a passion that we have, you know. Every weekend we have to go out and play in Tunumbu Square. We have to go out and play in Agege. We just, you know, keep moving and playing the game, and that is it. But until we started playing the junior national team, when we formed the Flying Eagles now, we were the pioneer of Flying Eagles. When we started Flying Eagles and, you know, started traveling international and having little allowance and all those stuff, just to pay for school fees and books and all those stuff.
So as at the time you were a player and captain of New Nigerian Bank in Benin City, what was the reaction of your father?
Oh, before he got there, he had already allowed me to play.
Okay.
Because a situation came in when I was still in ACB. I think he had a medical problem and he wanted to see a doctor. And that doctor happens to be my fan. You know, you have to sign in the paper, then the nurse will take it to the doctor, you know, people that are coming in and all the stuff. So when the doctor saw the name, Frederick Keshi, Frederick Keshi? Is it the same Keshi? So he came out, was asking for, who is Frederick Keshi? And he stood up and said, it's me. Please, can you come in, sir? So he went in. At this point, he didn't allow me to play. You know, I was just dodging to play football. And he said, is your son Keshi, Stephen Keshi? He said, yes. Oh, you have a wonderful kid. He's such a good player. I said, oh, this man is selling me out now. But at the end, he was, you know, they treated him well. The doctor didn't even, it was ACB doctor, you know, said, you can go home. Please tell him to keep playing. So when I got home, the first question was, are you still playing? I said, no, sir. He said, why? So I looked at my mom, I said, what is your husband say? She didn't say what. I said, keep talking to him, he will tell you the story. So then he downloaded everything for me, and he said, no, you have to. I think you are doing good. So that is how the way now open.
The watershed.
Yes, and I have confidence that now I can play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's now move on to your first club site outside Nigeria in Ivory Coast.
Stade Abidjan. Stade Abidjan, you know, I got into Stade Abidjan when we were suspended here in New Nigerian Bank by NFF or NFA then, that we came in late to the national team camp, and I was the captain. But, you know, I did request for a few days extra for the players because we were getting ready to win our game in Calabar to become the champion, league champion in Nigeria. But we were asked not to play last minute. So anyway, we were suspended indefinitely. So the Ivorians came and Stade Abidjan said, we want you. We don't mind. We'll keep you 3 months if they don't release your ITV or whatever they call the transfer. We'll stay. When 3 months is over, you can now start playing officially. And that's what I did. I stayed there, working out until after 3 months, then I started playing. And I only stayed there for 7 months. After the league, we came second in the league, and they won the FA, the February Cup then, before I left Ivory Coast for Belgium.
So in Nigeria, what titles did you win with ACB, Wema Bank, Johnson White, Nikon, and NNB?
ACB, we only came second in league, in Lagos League. Wema Bank, no, I didn't win anything with Wema Bank, but I won Principal's Cup severally with St. Finbar's College when I was at St. Finbar's. New Nigerian Bank, we won the FA Cup in Benin City. We won Waffle Cup twice. We won, what else did we win in New Nigerian Bank? And of course, the national team also. You know, we, what else? Can't remember.
New Nigerian Bank, Wema Bank, Johnson White, and Nikon.
Yeah, Nikon. Nikon only came from second division to first division before I left to join ACB, and okay. That was it. Yeah. Okay.
You now move on to Europe, and you didn't know that it was going to open the road for more Africans to join you.
No. In fact, me going to Ivory Coast was a problem because I didn't want to leave. I said, you know, I want to stay with New Nigerian Bank. You know, until they call off, I will stay. But then my wife said, "Are you crazy? Something wrong with you? Come on, get out of here. Go." So that's where I left, you know. Then got to Belgium. It was very difficult, very difficult.
Which year was it?
That was 84, ending of 84. Was very difficult. A lot of, the weather was very cold. Very, very cold. It was -20 when I went there. And, you know, started playing, but it was tough.
Which club was your first?
Lokeren. They call it FC Lokeren. In Lokeren was a good team. When I went there half season, and then came back fully the next season to play with them. And then we finished up third position in the league. They qualified them for Europa Cup. But then Anderlecht, one of the big teams then in Europe, came for me and with Lyon in France. But I chose Anderlecht because then Anderlecht was a big team. So I went to Anderlecht and spent some years in Anderlecht.
Okay, Stephen Keshi, can you remember your first signing in terms of the money? How much was it for Lokeren?
In fact, not Lokeren. Abidjan, what I was paid in Abidjan was like 5 times what I was getting in Nigerian Bank. Mm-hmm. I said, wow, you mean they can pay so much money?
They paid you in safer.
It's safer, but when you have to convert it into Nigerian currency, it was a big money, you know, compared to Nigerian Bank.
How much was it?
I can't remember now. It's been a long time, okay. You know, yeah. But then, you know, Europe is much, much better because it's Europe, you know, so we just...
So they paid you, your first signing in Belgium was in dollars?
Yes.
How much was it?
I cannot remember.
Okay, you cannot remember. But it was also more than what they paid you in Africa.
Exactly. Of course, I will not go if it's not, if it's not a better condition. Yeah. Why do I have to leave?
So in your life, you started in 1984 in Belgium. Mm-hmm. Did you meet some African players there?
No. When I was there, in fact, they don't even know Nigeria exists in Belgium. They don't know. It's only when I got there, I started playing, and like the journalist came around and said, "Where are you from?" You know, I said, "I'm from Nigeria." Nigeria? Where is Nigeria? I said, "Are you kidding me? Nigeria is the biggest country in Africa." I said, "Oh, we don't know Nigeria. We know Ghana. Is it Ghana? Is it Cameroon?" I said, No. Nigeria, just like in between. Nigeria is, wow, do Nigerians have more players like you? I said, they have more better players than me. I'm just a beginner. They have a lot better players. And that's when, you know, I started trying to bring in Nigerians, you know, into Europe, mostly Belgium, because I know that's where I play. So the thing was, within the players, we had enough playing semi-final or catch-up game, playing in the final, losing. We just said to ourselves before the camp in Holland, that was with Westerhoff, that listen, we held a meeting within ourselves, the players, not with the coaches, that we're going, there's only one reason going to that Cup of Nations, and it's to win it. We have to give everything that we have. And the meeting took almost, like 3 hours. We're talking, and everybody has to say something, and everything was a record. How we're going to live, how we're going to act in and out of the field. And this is not about the coaches or the NFF, NFA there. It's just we want to make ourselves proud. We want to make Nigerians proud. And we just took the decision. And at that point, I think we had Olise that came in late, and we're not very happy with him. Everybody should have been there before the meeting, but that went aside.
The meeting was in Tunis?
No, it was in Holland, because Holland was where we're going to start the campaign, and then we started, and everybody was focused until we got to Tunisia. And you can see with the first game we played against Gabon, the concentration level was something else I've never seen with Super Eagles there, And then we started, as you go, you get, everything is not going to be smooth. We win some, draw some, and we keep climbing until we get to the final. And thank God, with Emmanuel Amunike's 2 goals, made the difference, and Nigeria was champion. It was tough, when my goal as a captain was to lead Nigeria to World Cup and also Nations Cup. It's like my prayer just came true when we won the Nations Cup. The World Cup was very difficult because that was the reason I was taking more Nigerians into Europe, to gain experience, to see that the football level, the way of playing the game is different versus Africa. And we started getting some players. So in the national team, things started turning around gradually, believing in ourselves. But wasn't that easy. Mostly when we had to play the last game in Algeria, was very tough. When we come home, we're training in the national stadium. That's where we train, because it has our ground. And I don't like losing, even in training section. I want to win. And I think most players are like that too. And I'm always in direction of pushing, talking to them, maybe, trying to motivate them. And the journalists, they think, hey, this guy, man, he's too bossy. He's pushing these guys too much. And they just came up with this big boss of a name. Even when they called me there, I was looking at who are they calling big boss. Say, no, you, Skippo, that you. So that's how the game got stuck, and it's been big boss everywhere. Even foreign journalists, they call me big boss. They see me. This is not about Stephen Keshi. Stephen Keshi alone did not win the Cup of Nations. The boys did it.